Hello, my people, and welcome back to Life with Mona. So today and this week, we are speaking with Victor Gatonye, who's going to take us through his life as a filmmaker, a storyteller, and a director. So we're following his passion on Life with Mona this week. Mm-hmm. So Mr. Victor Gatonye Kuria, I'm never sure what to call you.
Choose from the list.
I choose from the list.
There are like 3 more names, by the way.
Really? Let's hear them.
We send you M-Pesa, and then you'll know my name.
I will send you M-Pesa, 10 shillings, 10 bob. I'll send you M-Pesa when we're done. Mm-hmm. Okay, so Victor, just give us a little bit more. Introduce yourself to us a little bit more. What exactly do you do for those who don't know?
I don't know whether there's a phrase, but I would say I'm Victor Gatonye, and I'm a storyteller. Mm-hmm. And I've been involved in storytelling in different genres, be it on stage, writing, be it as a director, be it as crew,
okay,
which is where I came from, stepping on crew departments. Then finally I ended up on writing, which is where directing now came up.
Okay.
So I like to say in a simple text that I am a storyteller, and then the genres follow me. I don't follow them.
The genres follow you.
Yes.
I like that. You don't follow them.
Yes.
Okay. So Victor, I think I'm going to name a few of the things that you have worked on.
Remind me.
I will remind you because we've been on a number of them together. So I know you have done some of the renowned shows, right, on the Kenyan scene. I know you want to nod because you're modest, but you have. I'm just naming a few. Wingu La Moto.
Yes, Wingu.
You were on Changes,
yes,
Mnet Changes.
Directing, and I acted in Wingu.
Okay. Yeah. You are on Makutano Junction.
Yes.
Yeah, which I think is one of the things you're really known for.
I was a puppet on Makutano Junction.
You are the puppet?
Yes.
Which puppet?
When I went to audition, and I had to audition alongside Charles Ouda, whom I really respect. So Charles could play the guitar and he could sing.
Yeah.
I could dance and I could act. So I knew there's a challenge. Yeah. So I went in with a CV to apply for a job as crew.
Are you serious?
Yes.
You chickened out?
I didn't chicken out. I auditioned, but I kept my seat. So when I went to audition, I put my bahasha there. I said, I'm also available. That's how I ended up in crew.
Yeah, that's how you ended up in crew.
Yes.
And Victor, I remember the story very well because I think the day you were going to audition on Makutano Junction, we bumped into each other at Ajip. Do you remember that day? That was a long time ago. We were both very skinny.
You see, we still call it Ajip.
Yes, I know. We have just betrayed our age. But we bumped into each other. I was coming from an Mnet workshop and you were going for an audition.
Yes.
And I remember us guys meeting and we're in so much awe of all these people who had made it. And you're encouraging me and telling me, no, you just keep doing it, Mona. Even me, let me just keep doing it. And we encouraged each other and went on our way.
I remember.
You remember?
I remember that, yeah.
Yes. And here we are. Right?
Yeah. Ajip is an interesting place. So I met my wife.
No way.
Yeah.
Seriously? Just randomly?
Yeah, she was walking. Hi. She was with my friend who I don't think they wanted me to meet her. Maybe reputation is I don't know.
So Ajip.
Yes,
there's something about Ajip. I don't know what it's called now.
I think it's Shell and BP House or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. So take me through that. So I bump into you. You're going to audition for Makutano Junction.
Yes.
Take me through your journey from that point on.
So of course I'd been on stage a lot, especially with Phoenix players, and I was a friend of Phoenix also, a small group that helped to run Phoenix.
Yeah.
And we were very active. So I think 2000 and is it 5 or 2006? I was full timer, and I did many shows. You know that you do I think 10 shows, then you get a salary increment. It wasn't much.
10 shows, like acting now.
Now we had stages like if you had done 10 shows, you were different. You even walked different.
Oh,
you know?
I
so
see.
The others can know. You know how we are with classes and divisions of work.
Yeah. So 10 altogether is what you're saying. You've done 10 shows altogether.
That puts you on a different level. So now I was on that level where I could talk to people like Steve Murua, Alex,
Ian Bugwa,
George Mongai.
Yeah.
So now you could almost can even ask, is there a next show coming up? You know?
You don't have to queue an audition anymore.
Yeah.
They call you. But before that, the first time I met you, you were playing this role called Spider.
Yes.
In high school.
In high school, yes.
And weirdly enough, I never ever forgot you. I never forgot your face because I thought that the play number one was amazing. And your performance was amazing. This was nationals, right?
Yes.
It went to nationals.
Yeah. High school theater was a beautiful time.
Yeah.
I loved, I'd always done theatre growing up, but when I got to Highway Secondary School, the first time I was kicked out of theatre by Andrew Mdachi. Lazima niseme, he's now a big guy. So we started our own theatre club as Form 1s, and we performed for the school's prize giving day.
Nice.
Rivaling the main theatre. So we were put together. You know that thing of Africa, two parties collide, then they're put together. So that's how I ended up in the main.
Handshake.
Yes. So by the time we were in Form 4, I think Alan Sikobe was now, as a young man, getting into corporate.
Okay.
So he kicked off this show, it was called Imperfections. So we go for zonals, and we, for the first time in 4 years, we were number 4. Yeah, people were getting asthma attacks. We were that spoiled. We were used to winning. We were
you were used to winning.
Yeah, teachers had a hard time because we were number 4. We just barely made it. So we went and restructured the entire play.
Okay.
And I remember we did a theme with Thriller.
Yes.
And it just grew.
It was brilliant. And it was sort of like a musical without being a musical.
Yes,
you used
yes,
music.
there was a lot of music.
Yeah. Which no one else was doing at the time in the nationals.
Actually, on that show, because of the hype and the pressure on stage, people were fighting on yes, you know how a theater is, your normal standing theater. Up there in the balcony, there's a different entrance.
Yes,
there was a fight as I was introing the play. So I was watching the riot and I'm doing the play, and I kept going. I went out to take a glass of water because of the humidity and all. I took turpentine.
Why?
I didn't know it was turpentine. By the time it hit the tummy, you're like, okay. And I had one exit in the play, if you remember.
Yes, yes.
I told the teacher, I've just taken turpentine, but I'm going to do the show. If I die, fine. So in my life, I actually performed like it was the last time.
Oh my gosh, no wonder.
Yeah.
No wonder.
And everyone was exiting.
Brilliant.
They would come back. So they get the information, they come back, and I can see in their eyes. Like, keep going.
Don't worry.
Okay. By the time the curtains closed and they were doing the monologue to end, I was in hospital in Aga Khan.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's Imperfections. Umenikumbusha mbali.
Yeah, because I've never forgotten.
Aya, Mungu abariki Alan Sikobe, ndio alitengeneza hiyo.
Yeah, so that was brilliant. Okay, so you took that, you went to audition.
Yes.
At Makutano.
Yes. And
you were not skilled at all for crewing.
No. Later on, I get a call from this odd voice, David. Are you Victor? So I get called in, and I was landed. I mean, they give it a big name, but essentially you're a tea boy.
You're a runner.
It's a production assistant, but I was serving tea. And what that did, it got me access to anyone.
To all the different departments. Yeah.
So I could talk to anyone, any head. And then I got picked up. I think they missed to get someone for lighting. That's how I met Moses Waitikele, who taught me. And I say most of what I know in the industry, past lighting. Taught me a lot.
You did lighting? I didn't even know that.
That's how I started. I left now tea, went into lighting, and I was with Mo.
How do you move from tea to lighting? You just said, I think I can do this.
They asked, okay, excuse me, you have muscle, so then I had. Do you want to go into lighting? The first thing I asked, "Kona pesa mingi?" Yeah, it was like 1,500 on top per day.
You're like, score.
2 kids behind me, my brother and my sis, we got to add stuff in the family. Yeah. And I'm also starting life, so why not? So I learned about lighting, and I did lighting. And then I attempted to write. I remember I'd done a script. We got this lovely director who came in called Sheni. He was different. He was BBC, but different because he'd done a lot of Bollywood.
A lot of, they used to get a lot of BBC, external guys to
BBC
come in.
guys to train you up.
Okay.
So it was, in my opinion now, it was, that stiff BBC.
Yeah.
Camera shoot, angle, no. But then he came in and destroyed all that. You know how productions are, especially when you have cross-cultural productions. You can't be on that computer.
Oh, there's all these divisions.
Hierarchies of life. So he found me in the production office attempting to type. So he asked me, what are you doing here? I said, I'm sorry. It's the first thing I say, I'm sorry. Because I need the job. So he looked at the papers, he's like, can I read? The next day he came with a file of notes. So
he took your manuscript and he made notes for you, like this isn't working, this is good, this is like that.
But I thought there were so many notes, I must be that bad. Now I do series. I think I don't have time in the evening even to talk to someone in the house. Where did he get the time to write the notes?
Exactly.
He must have seen something.
Exactly.
And that changed the way I looked at everything.
Yeah.
So within no time, of course, he pulled me towards him, and then that's how I ended up being a trainee. Writer then director. And that's it. From then on, it was a upward climb.
So that was your grind time.
Yes.
Until you did directing on Makutano Junction. So you directed for how long?
I went all the way from season 5. I think I left at season 10.
Okay, so that was quite a
Yes.
stretch. So you worked with Ledama Sempele
Yes.
on that as well.
Who walked into shot
Yes.
with his first week. That's what I remember about Ledama. And I'm so happy about what Ledama has become.
Yeah.
Because Ledama is a corporate by himself. So
Yes.
happy. So Ledama comes in to be production assistant. He has no clue where the cameras are. And here we are, we've set up, I don't know, I can explain, over 40 yards of a performance. So we've done the lighting and we're doing a whole tracking sequence. And Ledama, I see myself when I was serving tea.
Yes.
He walks right into shot with the tea. The directors just go, just leave him.
Are you
Keep
serious?
acting. Because
He became an extra now.
Yes.
They decided, okay,
Yes,
that's an
what I
extra one.
remember.
Yeah, it's funny. I was talking about Ledama when I was doing my monologues as, one of the people. Obviously, I'm here today because, Ledama has partnered with me
Amazing
with Film
gentleman.
Crew in Africa. Yeah, so it's very funny where we start from because I know even that interview, he got there by mistake also. When they were being
What?
crewed for Makutano Junction,
Really?
he was there thinking he's meeting a friend for coffee. Then he's told, no, these are auditions. They're doing their crewing. He had no clue. And he even told the guy, the director, David, he said, I don't know anything about crew. And David asked him, can you run? He said, yes, very fast.
Yes, because it was Masai.
Yes.
Okay. We like him. We like him, Vicky. Yeah.
Yeah, because he was Masai. He said, can you run very fast? That's how he got in. So it's
Yes,
funny
I
where
remember that, yeah.
where we start. And it's never the great people, right? It's just a little person with a lot of hope. That's
I think
it.
so. Because when you decided to do something and you liked it, I think it... ikikupapasa roho, endelea naye. That's why I say, if you feel your heart is warm when you're doing something, just keep going.
Do it. Do it. And then the doors open.
Yeah, don't do parameters of I don't have this, I don't have this money, I am not this name. That's...
Which is a big thing I find in our industry. A lot of people stagnate because they're waiting for the big money, the big equipment, the big, Again, I was talking about Life with Mona and how we did it with Anderson. Anderson is like, I have sound equipment. I said, I have content and I have a camera, the one my sister gave me. And like, let's do it. Let's shoot. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see where we can get to.
I usually say do then fail.
Do and fail.
Like we can come to you for research documentation of
How not
to
true.
do it.
And trust me, you will fail. I always say this. You will fail many times.
I have failed a great deal of times.
And painfully.
Yes.
Over and over and over.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So let's keep talking about that. So you're directing on Makutano. You do it like for 5 years. What is your next big project after that?
So then I got into a job called The Team.
Okay.
Team was about a village. It was about a football club.
Yeah.
And a coach. There was a bit of politics. And it was close to Makutano, but a different. Yeah, so we do The Team, and you see after working, the way we say on stage, you're as good as your last performance.
Yes.
Even in crew, you're as good as your last job.
That's true. Even writing, it's true.
I think in everything.
You're as good as your last
I'm one of
your
the
last
guys
script.
who did that thing in 1985.
It'll be great, yay for you, but
It's
what
your
have you
last
brought
job.
since then?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think that happened. Then it was Victor Ogola who asked I visit him when he was doing Patricia show.
Okay.
We'd worked together on Makutano.
Yeah.
So we had this thing of, come, just see whether I'm doing the right thing. So I was there, totally lost. I'd never seen studio.
That was Film Studios. That's where it was being shot, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, I think I passed by for one of the shows as well.
Yeah. So I was watching Patricia show. It was interesting watching. The topics for me were like, I see an idea. And Stevie, he owned the company. Stevie walks up and like, so what are you doing here? And I knew, hey,
I'm in trouble. Here
classes. I am. So I was looking at the crane and said, do you like it? It's like, yeah, it's interesting. I love the movements. And I think that's what you went, you don't like it, you love the movements. So it took me to the MCR, well, the control box.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. It was Kitsure directing. And Eric Wainaina was doing his song. There was a band section. And then there was discussions.
Okay.
And then there was a place where you do outfits.
Yeah, because it was a talk show. It was, I think one of the first ones.
It turns and says, Wes, your director, Ebu me here. He went to sort out things. So I sat.
And let me tell you,
No
an
clue.
MCR is very different Because I experienced the same when I did Tasker Project Fame as a content
Yeah,
director.
yes, you did.
On the first day, you are so lost. I had to apologize to the camera crew
Yes.
and the sound guys. At the end of the day, I was like, guys, I am sorry. I know I have thrown you guys a million times today, but bear with me. And that's how they started respecting me. So afterwards,
Yes,
they're like,
when
I'm
you're
gonna,
honest,
don't
yeah.
worry, don't worry. I was like, we blundered. Yeah, but don't worry.
And I told the guys, where? In Sheng. By the SG's angles. So me, when I say move, just move. When I say take, just take.
Yeah.
Then the visual mixer told me that's exactly what we say. You say take camera one, take camera two. Oh, okay, fine.
Yeah.
And we flowed. And you know, until today, I watched that clip on YouTube, and I see the views, and I'm like, do people ever know who did this? That
But
they
do you
had no
realize?
clue.
Do you realize how amazing that was for you to sit there and to be able to
Yeah.
get that?
And just like that, the next week I was there.
Nice. You were
And then-
hired.
Yeah. Yes, that was a week, and yeah, and that's the day. That's the time when Bobo came. A very special time for me. That's
Bobo
when she
is your
came, my
daughter?
yes.
Yeah. How old is she now?
Oh, now she's going to 8. And then Alex Kamau,
Yes, I
who
remember
I knew
Alex.
from secondary school, and he's a brilliant singer.
Yeah.
And brilliant director and brilliant, my God,
He's talented.
But I think Alex hata anaweza kuwa taa. As a compete na Ari. So Alex came to direct Omo Narisha or something. So we'd swing the set.
Yeah.
And then over the weekend we'd shoot a different show. So we had different rigs up there. And so working with Alex, that really changed me because I looked up to big ideas.
Yeah.
The stage shows that I worked on, I did, we used to have Chagolatinis.
I remember that.
Experimented. Giuliani on stage shaking, we'd put strobe lights. I learned you should warn people about strobe lights. Nearly got arrested, but that's fine. So it became a journey of stage and performances, and that put me even into the music realm when we were doing concerts and to be able to cover even conferences.
Live concerts and live conferences.
And to cover stuff live.
Yeah.
Ending up in things like TPF.
Exactly.
No, you understand even when you watch it.
Yeah.
And I love the pressure of going live.
I was just thinking that today. Yeah, when you do a live show, like TPF, for instance, that was just crazy. If you're the one cutting that show, that was madness.
Amazing. I can't equate it to. I can only equate it to being on stage.
Yeah, that's true. Because if you miss the moment, you've missed it. If you've missed that natural reaction of someone crying because they've been voted in, you've missed it. It's gone.
Yeah.
You can't cut and retake. Yeah, so that was brilliant.
And that's when now my career, if I can call it that, I'm not big on titles, but that's when now it became now flowery.
Okay.
So now I could do a short film here.
Yeah.
I could act.
Yeah.
I could even light. Catering, I was on the other receiving edge.
Of eating.
Yes.
Okay,
So
that's good.
If someone has a catering company, I
You'll
can tell
eat.
them whether the food is good for filming.
That's a useful skill, Victor.
yeah,
Useful. You need
yeah.
to enhance that skill a bit more.
Yeah, they can call me for that. I'm free.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now tell me, I know we worked on other shows like Changes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Changes was an Mnet show where I worked as, remember I was a Shamba chick. I was, what is it? I owned a farm. I was acting, my name was Mora.
Mora.
Yes.
Mora's farm.
And I think you're the only director who liked shooting on that location.
That was my best
Yes.
location. I was born on a farm. I can't escape my Shags Modo and I love it.
Yeah, you're the only person. Anybody else, where are you tomorrow? Like on the farm, they're like, oh my God.
Kwanza, unajua moja ule wa sound. Lee Smith.
Yes.
Because there was nowhere. The biggest tree was like there.
Yeah, it's like, it's windy. It's windy. What are we doing here? Yeah, Lee really hated that set. Yeah. So, what are some of the hallmarks of your life as a director? What are some of the things you learned from it?
The first one was a car crash scene. I won't repeat that statement. The language. So
I know the challenge of your people's car crash scene.
it was at night. Night scenes come with their own blessings of stress and anger.
Which show was this?
This was Makutano.
Okay.
And we were doing a shot behind the car, and the car rolls, disappears in a corner. Then we play the sound off. So the director he saw it, but something was missing. I was a boom swinger. And he saw me look at it, and I think he'd been watching me. This is how I ended up. I started holding the boom, dipping when people wouldn't perform.
Yeah, I see. So that to pick up the sound.
So it is like
Yeah.
your performance affects you, so maybe you should direct.
Yeah.
So when he asked me, like, "Where you?" Yes. Like, what do you think is missing? So very quickly, I just told him, just do the Flintstone thing. The car disappears on the corner. Have someone safely with a tire and just roll it. So as you play the 4DS effects of the crash, you have
The car is rolling in.
and everyone went, hiya. I'm like, yeah. Then he told me, now you tell me how we'll do the sound. So we figured it out and we did the shot and he was really happy. He was very happy. Every time you saw that thing, you'd turn to me and go.
Yeah.
And so that was one. I think that's how you sort of make a name, where you have a stand. You don't make a name by forcing a name.
That's true.
Or
You build
just
the
build it,
respect. Yeah.
Sometimes you'll fall off. Then it's in the patching up. It's in the patching up that you make a name.
Yeah.
For instance, I'd say one of the biggest hallmarks as Zamaradi, when there was an economic surge,
Yeah.
and we had to finish 3 productions with no money.
I remember that.
And it was tough.
I remember that.
And growing up with artists who are my friends,
Yeah.
I had to lose many of them as
That's
friends.
true.
And it's taken years still now to be able to sit and talk with them. Some, yes, some we've lost, that's life. But that also really, really shaped how I view life, shaped how I view a story and why you do anything.
Yeah.
It shaped a lot.